What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse Walmart exclusive Justice League Batman figure. Here we do have Batman in the packaging. You can see he does come with half of the mother boxes, which we'll explain that in the video. On the side we have an image of Batman here and a little bio. Fueled by his restored faith in humanity, Batman must do all he can to stand against a newly awakened threat. So here we do have Batman in his standard costume, not in his tactical armor. The only other figure of this line is Cyborg, and when you get both figures, you do get the Atlantean mother box, the human mother box, and the Themysciran mother box. So with that being said, guys, let's actually take a little break, get Batman out of the packaging, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. And here we have the Walmart Batman out of the packaging, and right off the bat, I'm going to say this. Everything that Mattel has done with the movie Batman has been terrible, and this one seems to rectify a lot of problems that I have had with the original Batman release. Now, he still has a couple of the same issues, but we'll get more on that as we go through them. But I have to say, for what he is, a huge improvement over the previous Batman figures that we've been getting with the Multiverse line. And really love the details that are in him. You can't see it right off the bat, but he has a lot of details sculpted into him. And I know it's all digital sculpted, but it's just so awesome how much detail and care went into this particular Batman figure. Now, he does come with half of the mother boxes that we see. We have the Atlantean one here, the Themysciran one here, and the human mother box right here. Now, we only get half of them. They are included with Cyborg and Batman, so if you want to complete the mother boxes, you do have to get both figures. Now, with those out of the way, let's actually move on to Batman himself. And like I said, a lot of issues that the Mattel Batman have had up until this point have been rectified by this figure. Now, he still has a couple of problems with his articulation, and in fact, he actually suffers a little more hindrance with his articulation. But for a quick comparison, let's actually get Batman posed right here. And we bring in the Suicide Squad Batman, and you can see an obvious difference in the two uniforms. For starters, while this one looked like duct tape, this one actually looks like dark Kevlar, something that we saw in Batman vs. Superman, and hopefully his costume does keep true to these colors in Justice League. I don't know, the movie isn't out yet, so I can't really say. But a lot of details are in this figure. Now, let me actually just zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. One problem I had with this Batman is that it looked like duct tape. There really wasn't too much texturing on it. And like I said, it looks like duct tape, and that's one issue I had with it. If we move on to the Multiverse Walmart Batman, you can see all these little details are actually sculpted in, and it looks like Kevlar weave. It looks really nice. I do like it. And it's present throughout the body. It's not just on his legs. You can see right here. It looks so nice. And then we get to his bat symbol, which this was a pretty decent one. It had that crocodile skin to it. This one, you can see it still has the sculpted details in it, but they're going horizontal, and it really does look amazing versus this one. And then we can even compare the gauntlets. Now, Batman does change the gauntlets in the actual movie. You can see these ones look like they strap over, where these ones were more like gloves. Really do like that. And if we can actually go on to the head, they really knocked it out of the park with this Batman head. And just like the actual movie, the cowl is actually thinner and more streamlined. They captured it perfectly here. Not that this was a bad figure. It's just that they captured the look of the streamlined cowl with this one. You can see he even has the larger ears, which I like that. So overall, huge step in the right direction for Mattel. Let's actually zoom into his details now. I will say that maybe his costume is a little too dark, but it kind of cancels out that his cowl is actually black. It looks like it's all one color, but it's not. It's actually a really dark gray with black. And again, they did a good job streamlining the cowl so it looks really accurate to the movie. He no longer has that hunched look that the original figure had. He has the same cape that we saw with the armored suit Batman, which I'm not upset about that, but it feels kind of rubbery, and you can see it is prone to wrinkling, and I have yet to get the tactical suit Batman wrinkles out. I don't know how to get it out, but I'll find a way. And again, a lot of texturing right here. There's just so much detail in this figure. You can even see the utility belt is nicely painted. You can see he has some armor plating in the suit, which they did a really good job sculpting that in. He has the ab sculpted in right here. Although the upper abs don't seem to be sculpted as prominent. It's probably just to keep that piece of articulation there. But it looks like there's enough clearance for it, so I don't know why all this is flat. It should actually be raised like that. Again, gauntlets are done really well. You can see it looks like the plating just straps onto his arm, which I do like that. The crocodile skin is still there, but it's not as heavy as it was on the original figure. It actually looks more like the cape. If you were to look at the cape and the boot, they actually look like they're the same material, where this one had that crocodile skin to it. You can see huge difference there. So I am really, really loving this figure. So that's Batman for you. Let's actually move on to his articulation, where unfortunately he does suffer a bit from the Mattel Batman syndrome now. Let's actually get the camera steady so we can move on to his articulation. He has a ball jointed head. He can look up a fair amount. He can look down, but it's nothing too special. He can't tilt his head side to side, so that's pretty good. And we do get left and right movement, which is standard. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. Even though he has these sculpted pads on, it doesn't hinder the movement. We get a full 360 at the arm. The cape again is soft good, so it's not going to get in the way. He has a bicep swivel. He does have an elbow bend, but that's all he gets. From down there up to there, it's not even 90. And then again we get the forearm swivel, which, why do we get a forearm swivel that's completely useless? I don't know. We have a swivel in the wrist. He has an ab crunch which goes back about that far, forward about that far, so it's not the best. He has a waist swivel. Legs go forward about that far, back about that far, and out all the way actually, so Batman can actually do a really crazy kick. So that's pretty neat. He does have a swivel right above the knee, and just like with all the previous Batman releases, it does jet the knee out at an angle. So why Mattel insists on doing that with Batman, I'll never understand. And then we get a hinge in the foot. So all the standard articulation for Batman here. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have the Multiverse Walmart Batman posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like this figure, and it is a huge improvement over the previous Multiverse Batman figures that we have gotten. I really love the fact that they actually sculpted the detail into his costume, something that was missing on the Batman vs. Superman, the Suicide Squad, and the Toys R Us exclusive Batman. So really, really glad that they actually sculpted that detail in, and I really do like the darker costume now. Originally, when I saw pictures of this guy, I was really scared that his costume was going to be all metallic and I would be upset. It's not really metallic, it's like a gunmetal color, and just because of how all these lines are sculpted in, it makes it look metallic, but it's actually a flat plastic. So just keep that in mind. It's not really metallic plastic. It's just the way the light reflects off the figure itself. My only complaint, if I were to have some, is that I wish his elbow would bend a little further, and Mattel needs to rework this Batman joint. Why is it still an issue after 3 years? I will never understand. It was like that with the BVS Batman, the Suicide Squad Batman, the BVS exclusive Batman, the Comic-Con Batman, and Tactical Armor Batman. There is no excuse for this at this late in the game. But overall, still really like this figure. If I could change one thing, which I'm probably going to mod myself, it's giving the cape a wireframe so we can actually have it like blowing in the wind and getting rid of this. But it's still a really nice cape, don't get me wrong. I would just mod it to have a wireframe in it. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other Multiverse reviews as well as all my other toy reviews. Hopefully there's something you like. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments. If it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.